And the governments, we feel that, must borrow a leaf from the frontline communities, especially the small-scale fishermen, how for centuries they have continued to sustain and protect the oceans, the lakes, and the rivers.
Why are we addressing these challenges is to sustain livelihoods. And the best way to sustain livelihoods is to employ a human rights-based approach, so that when we want to sustain livelihoods, the human rights-based approach is going to support those communities to access the right to fishing grounds, right to food, right to better water, right to sanitation.
We know how we contribute to sustain the world, sustain the life, sustain the future generations, so that we want to promote that the traditional practices, customary rights, the human rights.
The priority in a small-scale fisher way of thinking is to survive, for the survival of the family, for the survival of the community, for the survival of Mother Earth.
And there must be coordination and coherence in whatever is done. That whatever is done in the fisheries has to be done in the farmers. What is done at the international level needs to be also replicated at the local level, so that at no one time there's conflict of how these strategies or interventions are implemented.
In terms of the solutions and moving forward and changing the system, for me, I think the most important thing is that we challenge the corporate impunity that's being actively constructed through trade agreements and through different structures that are being made in the architecture of our global political economy that fundamentally are about prioritizing the interests of a few at the cost of the many. And so for me and for Africa Contact, the point is to turn that around. So our society is organized to benefit the many instead of the few.
Bringing together all the real solutions, mapping out the solutions that are happening in every part of the world, and bringing this together to come up with a strong systemic system. I mean, a system, an alternative system than what we already have.